Now I want to bring up to the stage one of my favorite comedians. You're going to love her, Sandy Ehlers!
Give it up for Bob Greenberg. Ladies and gentlemen, the stripper has arrived. How you doing? Me in a temple. What do you think? I'm representing like the trampy Italian contingent. So what's going on? It's very great. It's great to be here. I came to you tonight from Hoboken, New Jersey. Hoboken, home of Frank Sinatra and baseball. Does that get a clap? Yeah? My grandmother changed old Blue Eyes diapers, people. That's right. Made me famous. He was 77 years old when he did that. You'll get with me at some point, or I'll take my top off. I don't care. So my mom was crazy, you know, and it was Mother's Day yesterday. Give up for Mother's Day, all the mothers. Yeah, well, my mother's dead, okay? And I want you to feel guilty because if she was alive, that's what she'd want for you. She would. That's right. My mother was crazy. I would come home from school, you know, this crazy Italian woman, and she'd say, "Don't put your shoes on the table because it's bad luck." And I would say, "But Uncle Tommy's gun on the counter, Mom, that's okay with you?" I had an uncle that was kind of a quasi-mobster. His name was Tommy the Tit Twister. His job was to beat up people if they didn't pay the loan shark. So he was kind of a failed mobster because he couldn't even do that right, you know? So I moved out of my mother's house because she was crazy at 18. I moved 5 blocks away. She didn't know where I was for 3 friggin' years. Yeah, but she passed away. And I miss my mom. I really do. Not to get emotional, but I do. I miss my mom. I realize at this age, no one makes you feel like a piece of shit like your mother. You're never going to find that, right? You ring your mother's bell, you can say, "Where you going with that friggin' orange jacket?" Right? That's what your mother would say, because she's crazy. You know, I remember when she died, I was crying to my brother-in-law at the funeral. I'm like, "Mickey, she didn't even live to see me get married." He put his arm around me and said, "Sandra, honey, none of us are going to live to see you get married." And he died last year. Sure, it's funny now. Yeah. I have a problem meeting men because my criteria used to be tall, dark, and handsome. Now it's breathing with teeth and hair. And my sister said that's too picky. Now, sadly, limbs are optional. I'll take a restless leg. You know why? Because if it vibrates, I'm sitting on it. Yeah. The washing machine's front load now. Does anybody notice that? Girl can't get off. Oh, it's just me sitting on the washing machine? So I have a hard time meeting men. It's terrible, you know? And I have to say, I'm at a certain age in my life where, you know, I got up one day and I realized that I hate everybody. We had this thing at work, right? What was it? Women's Empowerment Day. I went into the office because it's like 26 men and me. Little Italian gun club on McDougal Street. Bunch of Italians. My boss was Nicky Nuts. I remember telling him a joke. I smacked him on the back. His fucking eye fell out and started rolling down the corridor. I'm like, I have an education. I went to Bergen Community College. I don't need this shit. So I'm washing out the eye in the bathroom like I do 3 times a week. And he's obsessed with Viagra, this Nicky. He says, "I wish they had this when I was younger," because he's like 80 and the wife is 40. "Wish they had this when we were younger." I said, "You'd be dead, Nicky. Right now, we just give it to you to keep you from falling out of bed. It's like a kickstand." But I hate people. And on Women's Empowerment Day, one of my Italian waiters went to my boss and he says, "It's nice that Sandra didn't punish us by staying home for Women's Empowerment Day." And my boss said, "She punishes us when she shows up." So, but I got up one morning and I just realized that life sucks, you know? My body just dropped to the ground, you know? The other day I was walking to work and I dropped $2 on the floor. I just left it. I just left it on the ground. I'm like, I can't bend in front of this homeless guy. I can't do this to him in the morning. I just can't. I'm irritable, you know. I'm like, my body changed. I went through the menopause, you know, and I'm itchy and I'm scratchy and nasty. And I find out when I cough and laugh, pee my pants now, just a little. And that shit adds up. Men come up to me, they're like, what are you wearing? I go, it's urine by Ralph Lauren. Take me out to the ball game. I want to lose some weight. My sister's like, well, you know, I'm worried about you. Because my sister, like, you know, not for nothing, she's 15 years older and she has different memories of my mother. You know, and she grew up as like Ozzie and Harriet. I grew up to whatever happened to baby Jane. So my sister's like, I remember mommy, she braided my hair. Yeah, well, she set mine on fire. I remember mommy, she came to my class. Yeah, she threw me out the second floor window. So my sister's worried about me. She's worried, okay? Not that I have type 2 diabetes. You know what she's worried about? I don't want you to lose too much weight. You'll get a chicken neck. I go, aren't you putting the cart before the horse, sissy? I have a long way to go yet, you know? And I just can't take it anymore because the hair fell off my legs. You know, and my sister calls. She goes, did the hair ever go back on your legs? I go, no, I just have it on my chin and my chest now. 5 o'clock shadow. The other day I'm on the bus. I had a whisker coming out of my nose. It was like 3 inches long, just flapping in the wind. I'm like, how did that get there? It's not easy. And I walk around New York in spring. You know what that's like, right? Dogs and carriages and babies on leashes. The heck is that all about? And I ran into an ex-boyfriend the other day, and you know what? Not for nothing. I broke up with him because I didn't think he was good looking enough, and now he's an ugly guy cheating on his wife. See, that's the thing that would make me be on Snapped. See, I could take a husband that's good looking cheating on me, but if you're ugly and you're cheating, that makes me want to kill you. That's why I'm not married. And I don't have kids. I don't have kids, and I don't regret it. Easter's tough because I say, why didn't I sell my eggs? So I color them. But my friends have kids, and I have to tell you, they made me the godmother, and I don't want your baby. That was the whole idea, right? But I go to the house, and little Joey meets me. They say the darndest things. They're like, Aunt Sandra, you feel bad you never had a baby? Not when I see you, you little shit. All comes together for Aunt Sandra. They want me to tell them about sex now. I said to my friend, why? They go, because you're the tramp, you tell them. They don't want me to curse in front of the kids, but they were the biggest tramps in high school. They were. I took the kid behind the door. I said, I'm going to say F in front of you, Joey. Your mother's a tramp. I have the pictures. But I told him about sex. Joey says, what's it for? I said, for about 5 to 7 minutes, if you're lucky. And in the case of your mommy, it's just for jewelry. Look at that. The women are laughing. The men are like, really? So it's not easy. It's not easy. Back at Weight Watchers now, and that sucks. That's terrible. Because now I want to lose weight. I want to get back to my normal weight. And in 1989, I reached my goal weight. I was a lifetime member. So I walked back in, humiliated, walked back in. I had Skittles in my pocket. It was disgusting. They said, welcome back, Sandy Ehlers. Your goal weight is 117. I said, that's my birth weight. I came out of the womb at 117. And they want to know what your breaking point was, you know? What's your breaking point? What was it that threw you over the edge? Why are you such a fat bastard? And then you know what? Let me tell you. I'm standing next to a girl like this, right? Terrible. Brittany, her name is, okay? And Brittany wants to lose 10 pounds. And I'm like, Brittany, you with your high cheekbones like this, I want to lose 10 pounds. I said, Brittany, in my family, we have high cheekbones too. It's just below the waist. I said, Brittany, I'm in a Spanx. Do you know what a Spanx is? She goes, what? When I spank my boyfriend? I go, it's a girdle, Brittany. If I pull this down even halfway, you're going to go through the wall like a friggin' tsunami. Terrible. They want to know what my breaking point was. What was your breaking point? What threw Sandy Ehlers over the edge? What was it? What was it? They kept prying at me. I said, you want to know what it was? I lifted up my left boob and I found popcorn under there. And it was a kernel and it popped like that. I remember when it happened. I remember eating popcorn, watching TV. And do you ever watch, you ever eat something and then it disappears and you don't know where it goes? So I'm eating this popcorn and I thought I had a kernel and I'm like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Looking around, I went to bed. And a couple of nights later, in the middle of the night, there was some movement. It was like, I'm like, what happened? What snapped? But it was the popcorn. And I'm a very resourceful girl, so I want you Jewish men to know, not only can I make mad, passionate love to you, I can give you a snack while you're there. So I'm going to close with a joke. Ha ha, that's funny. You're a good audience. I like you a lot. I like you a lot. I really do. Give yourself a hand, sir. You're going to need that later. But no, seriously, I want to close on the Nicky Nuts joke that he told me, because it's like, he passed after a while, he got old and tired. And I said, Nicky, what's your favorite joke? He said, Sandra, I'm going to give you a takeaway joke. You tell your audiences it's very funny, okay? This little kid goes up to his dad and he says, Dad, what's the difference between theoretically and realistically? The father said, son, I'll tell you. He says, go downstairs and ask your sister if she'd sleep with the guy next door that won the lottery for $2 million. Their neighbor won the Mega Million. And the daughter is like 30 years old. You don't have those big stretches in ages now these days. So the kid goes downstairs. He comes back up. He says, Dad, Sissy said she'd sleep with the guy next door that just won the lottery for $2 million. He said, okay, now go ask your mother if she'd sleep with him, the guy next door, for another $2 million. The kid said, I'm sorry, Dad, I'm embarrassed, I don't want to do it. He says, I'm trying to teach you a lesson, go. He goes upstairs, he comes down, so disappointed the kid is. He says, Dad, Mommy too said that she'd sleep with the guy next door for another $2 million. The father lit a cigar, put his pinky ring in his pants. He goes, you see, son, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Theoretically, we could be sitting on $4 million. Realistically, we're living with 2 friggin' whores. I am Sandy Ehlers. You guys have been great. The Italian cookies. Don't tell my chef, he's in the audience.